Some people have asked me about how you get the throttle slide and spring assembled while the carb is actually on the bike, and so I'm going to make an attempt to show you how to do this. So here's the standard Dellorto Carb on my Laval de Montjuic engine. So I've taken the screws out of the top and I'll just take it out like that, and what I'll do is I'll show you how to pull this apart. So here we have the throttle slide, the needle, the spring and the cable. So first thing I'm going to do is disassemble this. So you pull the spring up, push the needle out like that. Oh, I've got a washer in there, I mustn't forget that, or I'll be in trouble. There you go, so I've disassembled it there. So I've got the throttle cable. Come out of here, I have the quite large return spring, I have the throttle slide, and I also have the needle, and you can see the needle's got the clip on it there. So if you wanted to adjust the clip, you just take the clip off, put it at a different height and put it back in again. The reason I'm showing this video is because somebody's asked how you can actually do this while the carb is still on the bike. So I'll make an attempt to show you how to do this. So the last thing you do is put in the needle, so I'll just put that down to one side. What you do is you make sure that the throttle cable is fully extended. Obviously that's it, pulled fully out like that. You can adjust it if you want, I don't think you need to. You put the spring on, making it sure it's seated right at the bottom of the seat there, and you then compress it as much as you can. This, leaving that much out. So then what you do is put it in through the top of the slide, through the hole. You see it pop out the bottom of the hole, slide it across, and that's it. So that's the spring in place. Very, very straightforward, very simple. You then make sure that the spring is seated properly on the seat at the top, and then the next thing to do is to put the needle in. So what I do is I compress the spring again, I flip it over the top of the carb like that, so you can see, sorry, over the top of the slide. So I've got it like that, so I've got full access to the slide itself. I then put the needle in the hole, push it all the way down, making sure that the clip is fully seated, and then I push the spring over the top. I make sure the spring is fully now seated on the needle clip. I make sure that the spring is properly seated in the top of the carb head there, and make sure that the needle is relatively free to move, and that's it. So then what we do is we then just put that back into the carburettor, and I'll try and show you that now. So there's the carb still on the bike. I don't have a choke slide on this. Some people have a choke slide, this one doesn't. You put that in the top, making sure that the needle doesn't get hung up in the jet, which it doesn't. And there we go. That's it, disassembled and reassembled.